Growth is not only about hearing what is true, it is also about receiving it. There are moments when a word of scripture, a quiet conviction, or a gentle reminder from God passes through our lives. We hear it, we understand it, we may even agree with it. But the deeper question is whether it finds a place to take root. In Matthew 13, Jesus tells a simple story about a sower scattering seed. Some seed falls along a hard path, some falls on rocky ground, some falls among thorns, and some falls on good soil, where it grows and produces a harvest. It is a familiar image: a farmer, a field, seed being scattered by hand. But like so many of the parables of Jesus, the story becomes more than a picture. It becomes a mirror. The sower does not change. The seed does not change. The only thing that changes is the soil. And that is where the parable becomes a mirror. Jesus is showing us something about the condition of the heart. The same truth can pass over one life without taking root and settle deeply into another. The same word can be ignored, resisted, crowded out, or received with patience. The same seed can be resisted by one heart and produce a harvest in another. The difference is receptivity. That is a gentle but serious thought, because it means the question is not only, am I hearing what is true? The question is also, what kind of heart is receiving it? Sometimes the heart becomes hardened, not always through rebellion, sometimes through disappointment, sometimes through hurt, sometimes through weariness. A person can become guarded without even realizing it. What began as protection can slowly become resistance. Truth comes near, but it does not enter deeply. Encouragement is offered, but it feels distant. Correction comes, but it feels threatening. The heart has been walked on by life, pressed down by pain, and made difficult to reach. But a hardened heart is not beyond God's care. Even hard soil can be softened. Sometimes the beginning of growth is simply the honest prayer, Lord, I have become guarded. Help me become open again. There's also the shallow heart. This is the place where truth is received quickly, even gladly, but it does not grow deep roots. It is easy to welcome peace when life is calm. It is easy to trust when the path is clear. It is easy to feel strong when nothing is pressing against us. But when difficulty comes, shallow roots struggle. This is not a reason for shame. It is an invitation to depth. A rooted life is formed slowly, through prayer when it feels ordinary, through scripture when the heart is quiet, through obedience in small things, through returning to God again and again, not only when emotions are high, but when faith feels simple and unseen. Deep roots are not dramatic. They grow in hidden places. Then there is the distracted heart. In the parable, some seed grows among thorns, and the thorns choke it. This may be one of the easiest conditions to understand in modern life. The heart may not be closed to God. It may not be rejecting truth. It may simply be crowded. Crowded with noise. Crowded with responsibilities. Crowded with comparison, worry, entertainment, ambition, plans, and endless demands for attention. None of these things have to be dramatic to become powerful. A distracted heart can still look alive on the surface, but over time, the life of God within us can become crowded out by everything else we are trying to carry. The question is not always, do I care about God? Sometimes the better question is, what is taking up the most room in my heart? Good soil is different. Good soil receives. It holds on. It allows the seed to go deep. It gives truth room to grow. A fruitful heart is not a perfect heart. It is a receptive heart. It is willing to be corrected without becoming defensive. It can receive comfort without suspicion. It learns to listen for God's wisdom, wait for His timing, and return to His word with humility. Good soil does not mean life is always easy. It means the heart remains open to God in the middle of real life, open when things are unclear, rooted when things are difficult, attentive when life becomes noisy, patient when growth takes longer than expected, and slowly, quietly, fruit begins to grow. Not always all at once, not always in ways we can measure immediately, but over time, truth that is received begins to change us. It becomes patience where there used to be hurry, peace where there used to be restlessness, humility where there used to be pride, compassion where there used to be hardness, endurance where there used to be quick surrender. That is the quiet beauty of good soil. It does not draw attention to itself. It simply receives what is good and allows it to grow. This week, perhaps the practice is simple. Before rushing into the next task, the next worry, or the next distraction, pause and ask, what is the condition of my heart right now? Not as a way to condemn yourself, not as a way to measure spiritual performance, but as a way to become honest before God. Is my heart guarded? Is it shallow? Is it crowded? Or is it ready to receive? Then offer one simple prayer. God, make my heart good soil. That prayer is enough to begin. Because God is patient with a heart that desires to grow. He does not despise small beginnings. He knows how to soften what has become hard. He knows how to deepen what has stayed shallow. He knows how to clear what has become crowded. And he knows how to bring fruit from places that once seemed dry. The invitation of the parable is not to try harder in our own strength. It is to become receptive, to listen, to slow down, to make room, to let truth take root. May your heart become good soil. May the truth of God settle deeply within you. May it become peace in your thoughts, patience in your waiting, courage in your trials, and love in your actions. And may your life quietly bear fruit in ways you may not even see yet.